tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds.
I grew up in Alabama during the time when there was so many racism things that was going on. We were not allowed to sit on the buses. Then they allowed us to go on the buses, but we had to sit in the back of the bus. There was a sign in the front said white only, colored in the back. But when the white people would get on the bus and it was overloaded, the bus driver would tell us, you're going to have to get off of the bus. Some of them stayed on the bus, but they had to continue to go to the back. That hurt me so bad because my mother tears would come down. She said, I have 3 babies and I need to be able to ride on the bus. He said, I don't care, get off the bus. Okay, so later on, as years went on, my mother and I were shopping in Birmingham, Alabama in 1963. There were children marching down Birmingham, and we was told that they were on their way to the mayor's office to talk to them about the social injustice, because they were not allowed to go into public buildings. We were not allowed to go in certain department stores. We could go into Kresge's perhaps to eat, but we had to sit near the bathrooms on spinning stools that would spin around, but never close to the white people. So the young kids was very upset about those things. So anyway, one of the preachers there in Birmingham told them, said, let's get together and maybe have you guys to walk downtown and talk to the mayor. Okay, we know nothing happened. They went down to have the conversation. But what happened was the kids said they wasn't satisfied with what the mayor said. So the next day, they got together and walked again. So the word got out to the commissioner of police department, which the man's name was Bull Connor. He said that you guys cannot walk down any streets in here marching, and I want all of you to leave. They said, no, we're not going to leave. The kids' ages was between 6 years old and 16 years old. Those young kids was determined to march. They were determined to sing their songs, to let people know that they are tired of having to say no, where we can go, where we cannot go. So at that point, Bull Connor, he had the fire hose with that pressure water coming on those kids. He had sent the dogs in, and the dogs were biting the kids. They even had some of the white people in that same area was beating them. The police would beat on them with clubs. Those kids still got up, and they still was rising up tall. We're not going to leave. We won't leave. At one point, I saw the dog bit off of a ear of a young boy. I was so afraid. My mother said, come on, let me hold you. I said, but Mom, it's not right. And one little girl was about 11 years old, and she was trying to get out the water. I reached out to try to help her. My mother said, come on, I don't want you to hurt yourself. I said, come on. I pulled her to my knee, and then I looked around the police. She snatched her from me. And the tears was coming down from my mom. My mom kept pulling me back because she didn't want me to be hurt. I didn't care. I wanted to help this little girl. I think the next day, they had put them in jail. Then Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. came into Birmingham, Alabama, to be at this church called the 16th Street Avenue Baptist Church, where they met to talk about the unreadiness that was going on in Birmingham. Okay, the kids was marching again. They put those kids in jail again. They let them stay for 4 days in jail. Next day, Sunday morning, which broke my heart, when the 16th Avenue Baptist Church was bombed. 20 people was injured, but there was 4 girls, 11 years old, 12 years old, was killed. Oh, we still want to march anyway. It doesn't matter if we get hurt. We are determined to march. There were people in other southern states came to Birmingham, Alabama. They began to march with these young children, babies was 4 and 5 years old, along with their parents, was marching with the elders in the church, was marching with the other civil rights leaders, and they were singing their song. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. They were determined that they were going to keep on marching until they were heard. That never left my brain.
The rose and conquered. But by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe. Tupac Shakur.